পুনৰবাৰ তোমালোকক ৱেলকাম জনাইছো আমাৰ এই প্লেটফৰ্ম এডুকেট আছাম। এই ভিডিঅ'ত আজি আমি কৰিবলৈ গৈ আছো জেনেটিক্স ইউনিটৰ কুৱেশ্যন প্ৰেক্টিচ। তোমালোকৰ ডিমাণ্ড আছিলে যে জেনেটিক্স ইউনিট আনক চ' য়েছ ফাইনেলি আহি গৈছে আৰু ইয়াত আমি চেপ্টাৰ্ছ কভাৰ কৰিম। তোমালোকে জানাই প্ৰিন্সিপাল অফ ইনহেৰিটেন্স, মলিকুলাৰ ইনহেৰিটেন্স আৰু ইভলিউশ্যন। আৰু এই তিনিটা চেপ্টাৰ মিলাই পিনি আমি কমেও 200+ কুৱেশ্যনছ আজি কৰিম। এইটো ভিডিঅ'ত কৰা হ'ব, ঠিক আছে। ত' দেৰি নকৰো, ভিডিঅ'টো পটাপট আৰম্ভ কৰো। আৰু আৰম্ভ কৰাৰ আগত তোমালোকে বায়' প্লেলিষ্ট বনি গৈছে, চাই ল'বা। মেক্সিমাম চেপ্টাৰ শেষ হৈ গৈছে। তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ কেমেষ্ট্ৰি প্লে ৰেডি আছে, ইনঅৰ্গেনিক আৰু অৰ্গেনিক IOC, ইনঅৰ্গেনিক আৰু অৰ্গেনিক কেমেষ্ট্ৰি শেষ হৈছে। ফিজিকেল কেমেষ্ট্ৰি বাকী আছে আৰু ফিজিক্সৰো মানে ভিডিঅ' আপলোড হোৱা আৰম্ভ হৈ গৈছে। পাৰ্ট 1 এটা আহি গৈছে, ঠিক আছে, ক্লাছ 12 আৰু পাৰ্ট 2 আহিব আজি নহ'লে কাইলৈৰ ভিতৰত আহি যাব, ঠিক আছে। এণ্ড য়েছ, লেটছ ষ্টাৰ্ট আৱাৰ কুৱেশ্যন প্ৰেক্টিচ। চেপ্টাৰ নাম হৈছে প্ৰিন্সিপাল অফ ইনহেৰিটেন্স এণ্ড ভেৰিয়েশ্যন। ত' আমাৰ ফাৰ্ষ্ট টপিক হৈছে মেণ্ডেলছ এক্সপেৰিমেণ্ট। Mendel selected pea plant mainly because it reproduces vegetatively, it has bisexual flowers and clear contrasting traits, it lacks true breeding varieties, it undergoes apomixis. The answer is B, that is it has bisexual flowers with clear contrasting traits. Okay. In Mendel's experiment, true breeding plants were obtained after কিহৰ কাৰণে? One generation, two generation, continuous self pollination, cross pollination. The answer is continuous self pollination. Okay. তাৰপিছত আমি which pair represents contrasting traits studied by Mendel? Green pod and round seed, ne tall stem and axial flower, ne round seed and wrinkle seed, ne violet flower and grid pod. What do you think? The answer is it is round seed and wrinkle seed. The genotype of pure wrinkle seed plant is কোনটো আছিলে? capital R, capital small r, small and triple R. এই দুটো নহয় তোমালোকে গম পোৱাই। So এটা তুমি তিনিটা ওপৰত আছো। The answer is C, that is pure wrinkle seed. The F1 generation obtained from TT cross TT consists of, এই তুমি ক্ৰছ কৰি চাবা হা, ক্ৰছ TT ক্ৰছ কৰি চাবা এনেকা এইটো, তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ এইটো এটা 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 হৈ গ'ল, হয় নাই? তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ কোনে ক্ৰছ কৰিব পাৰিবা? এইটো দি এইটো হৈ গ'ল, তাৰপিছত আকৌ তুমি এইটো দি আকৌ এইটো কৰিব পাৰিবা আৰু এইটো দি এইটো কৰিব পাৰিবা, নহয় জানো? তুমি এইটো ক্ৰছটো কৰিব জানা চাগে, 12টো পাছ কৰি আছা, নে ক্ৰছ কৰি দেখাই দিব লাগিব নেকি? হ'ব বাৰু, দেখাই দিছো, ৰবা এক ছেকেণ্ড। Okay, let's see. এইটো T, এইটো T, এইটো স্মল d, এইটো স্মল d. Okay, ইয়াত আনিলো, এইটো আনিলো। অ'কে, এইটো যাব ইয়ালৈ, তাৰপিছত আৰু এটা ইয়াৰ পৰা আনিবি, এইটো এটা ইয়ালৈ, ঠিক আছে। এতিয়া এইটো যাব, ক'লৈ যাব? এইটো তোমাৰ ইয়ালৈ যাব, নহয় জানো? আৰু এটা তোমাৰ ইয়াৰ পৰা এনেকৈ এইটো যাব। এইটো কেপিটেল T স্মল d, কেপিটেল T স্মল d, তাৰপিছত আকৌ তোমাৰ এইটো কেপিটেল T স্মল d, এইটো কেপিটেল T স্মল d। কি ওলালে? এনচাৰটো কি হ'ব? 100% হেটাৰজাইগাছ নে টল প্লান্টছ নে 25% টল প্লান্টছ নে 50% ডুৱাৰ্ফ প্লান্টছ নে ইণ্টাৰমিডিয়েট প্লান্টছ? কি হ'ব? এনচাৰটো হ'ব 100% হেটাৰজাইগাছ, কাৰণ এইটোও টল হয়, এইটোও টল হয়, এইটোও টল হয়, এইটোও টল হয়। TT মানে টল বাট হোমোজাইগাছ, এইটো হেটাৰজেনাছ টল হয় আৰু এইটো হেটাৰজেনাছ স্মল হয়, ডুৱাৰ্ফ মানে, ঠিক আছে। Let's see more. Reappearance of dwarf plants. Reappearance of dwarf plants in F2 generation supports codominance, law of segregation, linkage, mutation. Sorry, the answer is B, that is law of segregation. The ratio 1:2 in monohybrid inheritance represents phenotypic ratio, dihybrid ratio, genotypic ratio, test process ratio. The answer is genotypic ratio. Okay. Episode which genotype produces recessive phenotype? The answer is recessive. C. T complete recessive. Okay, the law of dominance explains separation of alleles, independent assortment of genes, expression of only one allele in heterozygote, recombination of linked gene. What do you think? The answer is C, that is expression of only one allele in heterozygote. Heterozygote. Okay. During during gamete formation, allele secretion due to crossover, meiotic separation, mutation, fertilization. What is the answer is B, that is meiotic separation. Okay, next topic is our dihybrid cross. In Mendel's dihybrid cross, round yellow seeds were double recessive, double dominant, intermediate, recombinant recessive. What do you think? The answer is B, that is double dominant. That phenotypic ratio. The phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1 appears due to linkage, independent assortment, codominance, mutation. The answer is due to independent assortment. The genotypic RRYY produces how many genetically different gametes? RRYY এইটো তুমি কৰি চাব লাগিব নহয় জানো তো ইয়াৰ 4 গেমেটছ ওলাব কি কি ওলাব এটা ওলাব তোমাৰ RY এটা হ'ব তোমাৰ কি আছিলে RY চৰি মই অলপ ডাঙৰকে লিখিলো অলপ সৰুকে লিখি দেখাই আছো ঠিক আছে ৰবাচোন ওকে লেটছ চাওঁ আমি কি আছিলে R RYY তো ইয়াত তোমাৰ চাৰিটা গেমেট ওলাব কি আছিলে RY তাৰপিছত R তাৰপিছত স্মলাৰ কেপিটেল স্মলাৰ তাৰপিছত এইকেইটাও ইয়াতে লিখি পিনি RY আৰু ইয়াত RY এনেকৈ লিখি পিনি তোমালোকে ক্ৰছ কৰি যাবা এইটো 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 এনেকৈ লিখি লিখি যাবা তাৰপিছত তুমি গম পাবা যে ইয়াত কিমান ওলাব RY তাৰপিছত হাউ মেনি জেনেটিকেলি ডিফাৰেণ্ট জিনছ কেইটা ওলাব তোমাৰ চাৰিটা জেনেটিক ডিফাৰেণ্ট জিন ওলাব কাৰণ সেইকাৰণে তোমাৰ 9:3:3:1 তোমাৰ জিনোটাইপৰ ৰেচিপিটো ওলাইছিলে ন নহয় জানো তো তোমাৰ কমপ্লিটলি কি ওলাব চাৰিটা ওলাব ঠিক আছে সেইটো মই মোহাই দিছো চাৰিটা আছে ওকে নেক্সট চাওঁ আমি which combination is recombinant in Mendel's dihybrid cross কি হ'ব round yellow wrinkle green round green yellow the answer is C that is round green okay তাৰপৰা independent assortment occurs because genes segregate randomly during meiosis. Genes remain linked. Dominant gene supports recessive genes. Crossing over never occurs. What do you think? The answer is কি ভাবা ভাল ভাবা অলপ ভাল হোমৱৰ্ক দিওঁ নেকি নাই তোমালোকৰ হোমৱৰ্ক কমপ্লিট নকৰা that is answer gene separate randomly during meiosis okay এতিয়া চাওঁ dihybrid inheritance demonstrate one gene interaction ne independent secretion of two gene pairs ne polygenic inheritance ne cytoplasmic inheritance what do you think the answer is B তাৰপিছত in case in a cross RR wrinkled yellow seeds represent এইটো তুমি এইটো কৰিব লাগিব কি কয় এই টেবুলটো আঁকি পিনি টেবুলটো আঁকি মই প্ৰথম ওপৰত দেখাইছিলো তেনেকৈ কৰি পিনি তাৰ পৰা তুমি ওলাব লাগিব বাট মাই এনচাৰ ইজ RRYY অ'কে তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ কি আছে which ratio represents recombinant phenotypes in dihybrid inheritance কোনটো ৰেচিঅ' ওলাই তোমাৰ ওলাব 3+3 অ'কে test cross and back cross the test cross is performed to determine dominant phenotype ne unknown genotype ne mutation frequency ne chromosome number the answer is B that is unknown genotype in a test cross the unknown individual is crossed with homozygous dominant ne heterozygous dominant ne homozygous recessive ne polyploid parent what do you think the answer is C that is homozygous recessive okay a heterozygous tall plant on test cross produces all tall plants 3:1 ratio 1:1 ratio ne 1:2:1 ratio কি হ'ব answer C হ'ব 1:1 ratio তাৰপা which cross is both test cross and back cross test cross কোনটো হয় back cross কোনটো হয় এইটো হয় নে এইটো হয় নে এইটো হয় নে এইটো হয় the answer is B that is capital T small t cross small t এইটো তোমাৰ both test cross হ'ব and back cross হ'ব okay next now incomplete dominance incomplete dominance differ from Mendelian dominance because recessive allele disappears permanently heterozygote shows intermediate phenotype ne tomar dominant allele is absent ne mutation occurs in F1 what is the answer is heterozygous shows intermediate phenotype pink flowers in snapdragon results from codominant polygenic inheritance ne incomplete dominance ne tomar linkage the answer is incomplete dominance okay next now in snapdragon red flower color allele is represented by কোনটো কোনটো কৰো হলে অলপ just think about it R কৰো হলে নহয় জানো আৰু হোৱাইট ফ্লাৱাৰ আমি স্মল কৰো তাৰপিছত ইয়াৰ পৰা পিংকটো ওলাই হলে নহয় জানো the answer is B okay next now in incomplete dominance phenotypic and genotypic ratios in F2 are different ne same ne and 3:1 ne 3:1 কি আছে phenotypic and genotypic ratio in F2 are same ne different কি হ'ব phenotypic ratio আৰু phenotypic 1:2:1 নহয় জানো আৰু same হ'ব তোমাৰ এইটো এনসাৰটো হৈছে same okay next now codominance and multiple alleles ABO blood group inheritance demonstrates multiple allelism and codominance ne incomplete dominance only ne linkage only polygenic inheritance কি হ'ব এনসাৰটো the answer is A that is multiple allelism and codominance okay The genotype IAIB produces blood group O, ne A, ne B, ne AB. The answer is D, that is AB. Okay. Which blood group genotype is always homozygous? কোনটো হয় homozygous ইয়াৰ পৰা চোৱাচোন কোনটো হ'ব I হ'ব নে I হ'ব নে I হ'ব নে IBI হ'ব? What do you think? The answer is C, that is I. Okay. So next question, in avio system, allele I is codominant and dominant over INA, recessive ne lethal. The answer is C, that is recessive. Okay. Multiple arise due to কি হ'ব? Presence of many genes for same character, ne more than two alternative forms of same gene, ne crossing over ne polyploidy. The answer is B, that is more than two alternate forms of same gene. Universal recipient blood group possesses no antigen, only A antigen, both A and B antigen, ne only B antigen. The answer is C, that is both A and B antigen. Next, polygenic inheritance. Okay. Polygenic inheritance characterized by one gene controlling one trait, addic, additive effect of many genes, dominance only, linkage only. What do you think the answer is? B, that is additive effect of many genes. তাৰপিছত human skin color inheritance shows discontinuous variation, continuous variation, mutation only, ne codominance. The answer is continuous variation. In polygenic inheritance, extreme phenotypes occur so more frequently, less frequently, তোমার equally frequently, only in F1 generation. The answer is B, that is less frequently. Okay. Polygenes individually have কি হ'ব? Major phenotypic ratio effect, no effect, small additive effect, dominant lethal effect. What do you think? The answer is C, that is small additive effect. Okay. Each polygene contributes a small additive effect. Now next, chromosomal theory. Certain and very correlated Mendelian factors with কি হ'ব? RNA chromosomes ribosomes lysosomes. What do you think? The answer is chromosome. যেহেতু chromosomal theory তোমাৰ টপিকটোৱে গম পালা, তোমালোকে টুকটা মাৰি হ'লেও এইটো গম পাব পাৰিলা। So chromosomal theory of inheritance became acceptable after Mendel's experiment, Morgan's experiment of Drosophila, Watson Crick model, Darwin's theory. The answer is B, that is Drosophila experiment by Morgan. Okay. Now next, Morgan selected Drosophila because it has a very long life cycle, it produces few offspring, it has short generation time, it produces vegetatively. যদি তোমালোকে টপিকটো ভালকে পাইছে বহুত উজু টপিক হয়। The answer is C. Okay. Then the white eye mutation in Drosophila helped Morgan study linkage, polygenic inheritance, cytoplasmic inheritance, mutation repair. The answer is A, that is linkage. Now linkage and recombination. Linkage genes tend to assort independently, inherit together, mutate rapidly, remain recessive. The answer is B, that is inherit together. Next question. This question number 42. Recombination frequency between two genes depends on chromosome size only, distance between gene, number of ribosomes, mutation rate. What do you think? The answer is B, that is distance between genes. Crossing over occurs between sister chromatids, non-homologous chromosome, non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome, ribosome. The answer is non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome. Okay, strong linkage produces more recombinants, fewer recombinants, equal recombinants, mutation only. The answer is B, that is fewer recombinants. Now, gene mapping is based on mutation rate, recombination frequency, chromosome number, তাৰপিছত dominance ratio. What do you think? The answer is B, that is recombinant frequency. Okay, recombination frequency. Now, the next question is recombination creates কি হ'ব? Identical offspring, genetic variation, clonal population, haploid embryos. The answer is B, that is genetic variation. Now, sex determination. Human male is heterogamete because it produces only X-bearing gametes, X and Y-bearing gametes, diploid gametes, polyploid gametes. The answer is X and Y. জানা eso. Male তোমার XY or female XX. So the probability of male child in human is 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. The answer is 50-50. না জানো 80-50, 80-50. মানে Next, in birds, female heterogamety is represented by female আমার কি কয় humans XX হয়, but in female, what do you think? The answer is ZW. Okay, that is B9 answer C হয়। So in honeybees, drones are diploid males ne haploid males ne diploid females ne পলিপ্লয়েড মেলছ চবতকৈ প্ৰথম কথা এই ফিমেলছ ড্ৰোনবোৰ ফিমেল নহয় কাৰণ টুইন থাকে ঠিক আছে তাৰপৰা তোমাৰ কি থাকিলে এতিয়া কথাটো ডিপ্লয়েড মেলছ হ'ব নে হেপ্লয়েড মেলছ হ'ব নে পলিপ্লয়েড মেলছ হ'ব দ্য এনচাৰ ইজ হেপ্লয়েড মেলছ ঠিক আছে হেপ্লয়েড sorry haplotypus sex determination occurs in humans ne birds ne honeybee ne drosophila. The answer is C, that is honeybee. In humans, Y chromosome is inherited from father only. নহয় জানো X আমাৰ ইয়াতে father আছে আৰু তোমাৰ X is the mother নহয় জানো so the answer is C. Sorry, C বোলে B. Next, sex-linked inheritance. Color blindness is more common in males because it is Y-linked. Males possess only one X chromosome. It is dominant in males. Female lack X chromosome. थोड़ा सोचो तो कॉमन सेंस से भी बता पाओगे because male possesses only one X chromosome. So recessive allele expresses easily. Okay. Now next, a colorblind male has genotypic. কি হ'ব? Colorblind male genotypic এইটো হ'বনে XX হ'বনে এইটো হ'বনে এইটো হ'বনে এইটো হ'ব কি হ'ব? The answer is X, C, Y. কোনটো আছে? Option number C. Okay. Hemophilia affects কি হয়? Vision নে blood clotting নে respiration নে digestion? The answer is B, that is blood clotting. A normal female carrier for hemophilia has কি হ'ব? Two defective alleles, one defective allele, no allele, Y-linked mutation. The answer is B, that is one defective allele. Okay, next one, a hemophilic father can pass the disorder directly to sons only, daughter only, both sons and daughter, none. What do you think? The answer is B, that is daughter only, because father possesses X chromosome only to daughter. Then sex-linked genes are located on autosomes, X chromosomes, ribosomes, mitochondria. The answer is B, that is X chromosomes. Okay. Next question is the Mendelian disorders. Okay. Sickle cell anemia results from substitution of valine by glutamic acid, glutamic acid by valine, lysine by valine, glycine by alanine. What do you think? The answer is B, that is glutamic acid by valine. Sickle cell RCBs are produced under high oxygen tension, low oxygen tension, high glucose concentration, high calcium concentration. The answer is B, that is low oxygen tension. Okay. Next now. Sickle cell anemia is inherited as dominant trait, sex-linked trait, autosomal recessive trait, polygenic trait. The answer is C, that is autosomal recessive trait. Thalassemia mainly affects synthesis of albumin, globin chains, plasma protein, antibodies. The answer is globin chains. Okay. Next now. Phenylketonuria occurs due to defective metabolism of phenylalanine, glycine, valine, methionine. The answer is phenylalanine. Phenylketonuria is caused due to absence of structural protein, specific gene, antibody, hormone. The answer is B, that is specific enzyme. Okay, that's the enzyme নাম কি phenylalanine hydroxylase. কি আছিলে enzyme নামটো specific enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. Okay. Now chromosomal disorder. Down syndrome is caused by monosomy of chromosome 21, trisomy of chromosome 21, XY condition, XO condition. The answer is B, that is trisomy of chromosome 21. The chromosomal condition of Turner syndrome is Turner syndrome XXY XO XO no sorry X0 তোমালোকৰ XYY triple X. The answer is B, X0. Klinefelter syndrome, individuals possess only X chromosome, extra Y chromosome, only extra X chromosome, no sex chromosome. What do you think? The answer is C, that is one extra X chromosome. Now, non-disjunction means crossing over, failure of chromosomal separation, mutation of genes, recombination. The answer is B, that is failure of chromosome separation is known as non-disjunction. Okay. Next, Turner syndrome patients are generally sterile females, fertile males, polyploid individuals, color and colorblind males. What do you think? The answer is A, that is sterile females. Okay. Next now, Klinefelter syndrome affects females only, males only, both sexes equally, plants? And the answer is B, that is males only. Okay. Next, Down syndrome individuals often show enhanced fertility, mental retardation, absence of chromosome ne plant growth. The answer is B, that is mental retardation. Trisomy means loss of one chromosome, presence of extra chromosome. Okay, the answer is B, that is presence of extra chromosome. Now, pedigree analysis. Pedigree analysis is useful because human process are impossible experiment. And a human reduces he asexually, reproduces asexually. Now, human chromosomes are absent. Now, mutation never occurs in human. What do you think? The answer is A, that is human process or impossible experiment. In pedigree chart, squares represent females ने A2 की represent করে females ने males ने mutation ने তোমার carriers. The answer is B, that is males. Okay. तापा circles in pedigree charts represent कि males ने females ने mutant ने hybrid. The answer is females. So box হলে তোমাৰ এইটো males হ'ব আৰু এনেকা যদি দেখায় এইটো female হ'ব. Okay, next চাওঁ. Shaded symbol in pedigree chart indicate যদি এনেকা shaded থাকে কিবা এটা carrier নে normal individual নে affected individual নে তোমাৰ recombinant. The answer is C, that is affected individual. Okay, so pedigree analysis helps identify the inheritance pattern of disorders ne photosynthesis rate ne respiration pathway ne mutation repair only. The answer is A, that is inheritance pattern of disorder. Variation and mutation. Mutation refers to normal meiosis, sudden heritable change, independent assortment, ne crossing over only. The answer is B, that is sudden heritable change. Genetic variation is important for stability only, evolution and adaptation, colonial reproduction, ne uniformly. The answer is B, that is evolution and adaptation. So crossing over contributes directly to mutation only, ne genetic recombination, polyploidy, ne cytoplasmic inheritance. The answer is B, that is genetic recombination. And here our first chapter, principle of inheritance and variation is done. আমি 80টা question ইয়াৰ কৰিলো. Okay. Now next আমি molecular inheritance question কৰিম. Okay. So let's move to molecular basis of inheritance. First question is the transforming principle was discovered by Mendel ne, Griffith ne, Morgan ne, Watson. The answer is Griffith. Griffith worked on E. coli, Streptococcus pneumonia ne, tobacco mosaic virus ne, Drosophila. The answer is B, that is Streptococcus pneumonia. Okay, virulent strain of pneumonia is R strain, S strain, T strain ne, P strain. The answer is B, that is S strain. Smooth colonies of pneumonia pneumococcus appear due to protein cut ne polysaccharide capsule ne DNA absence ne ribosomes. The answer is B, that is polysaccharide capsule. There was a heat kill S strain mixed with live R strain produces only dead mice, living mice ne transformation ne mutation only. The answer is C, that is transformation. Griffith concluded that protein is a genetic material. RNA is a genetic material. Some transforming principle transfer heredity ne lipids carry inheritance. The answer is C, that is some transforming principle transformed heredity. Okay. Next now, Avery, McLeod, and McCarthy proved that transforming principle is protein ne, RNA ne, DNA ne, lipid. The answer is DNA. Okay. DNA's treatment in Avery's experiment did not affect transformation, destroy transformation, ne, increase transformation, ne, produce mutation. The answer is B, that is destroy transformation. Okay. Next now, Hershey and Chase worked on TMB, bacteriophage, pneumococcus, ne yeast. The answer is bacteriophage. In Hershey Chase experiment, radioactive phosphorus labels protein ne, DNA ne, lipid ne, RNA. The answer is DNA. Sulfur isotope was used to label DNA ne, RNA ne, protein ne, lipid. What is it? The answer is C, that is protein. The entry of radioactive phosphorus into bacteria proves that protein enters bacteria, DNA enters bacteria, lipid enters bacteria, and RNA enters bacteria. The answer is DNA enters bacteria. Okay. Then genetic material in most organism is protein ne, lipid ne, DNA ne, carbohydrate. The answer is carbohydrate. It is C. It is DNA. The answer is D and A. Okay, RNA acts as a genetic material in human beings. So some viruses ne fungus only ne bacteria only. The answer is B, that is some viruses. Okay. So DNA is preferred over RNA as genetic material because single stranded ne more stable ne less reactive ne both B and C. The answer is D, that is both B and C. That is more stable and less reactive. Now the structure of DNA. Okay. DNA is the polymer of amino acid, nucleotide, fatty acids, ne monosaccharide. Answer is B, that is nucleotides. Okay. Then a nucleotide consists of sugar base only, sugar and phosphate only, base sugar and phosphate, and base only. The answer is C, that is base sugar and phosphate. তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ হ'ব sugar present in DNA is ribose নে deoxyribose নে glucose fructose. The answer is deoxyribose. Next, nitrogenous bases in DNA include uracil, cytosine, ribose, histone. কি হ'ব? কি হ'ব? The answer is B, that is cytosine. Okay. Purine bases in DNA are কি হ'ব? Cysteine and cytosine and thymine নে adenine and guanine নে thymine and uracil নে adenine and cytosine. The answer is B, that is adenine and guanine. ঠিক আছে? তোমাৰ AG এইটো হৈছে পিউৰিন আৰু পিউৰিনৰ CUT. চাইটোচিন, ইউৰাচিল, থাইমিন কেনেকা AG ঠিক আছে আলু গোবি কাট এনেকা তুমি মুখস্থ কৰিব পাৰিম। ওকে, এইটো বিপিন চাহৰ পৰা মই শিকিছিলো। ওকে, দেন ইয়াৰ পৰা পিৰিমিডিন বেসেস ইন DNA আৰ পলিউশন কাট CUT এইটো ইউটো ইউৰাচিল হয় তো CT চাইটোচিন এন্ড থাইমিন। ঠিক আছে, দ্য আনসার উইল বি বি। নেক্সট, Chargaff's rule states that A double bond G ne T double bond G ne A equal to T and G equal to C. A double bond equal has A plus T equal to G plus C. What do you think the answer is? The answer is C, that is A equal to T and G equal to C. Chargaff's rule. Okay, Chargaff found that the amount of adenine equals thymine and guanine equals cytosine. Okay, so next is Watson and Crick proposed DNA model at 1944 and 1953 and 1962 and 1970. The answer is B, that is 1953. Next question. Okay. DNA double helix consists of parallel strands and anti-parallel strands and triple strands and single strands. The answer is B, that is anti-parallel strands. Adjacent bases pair in DNA are separated by 0.34 nm, 3.4 nm, 2 nm, 1 mm. The answer is A, that is 0.34 nm. Okay. Then one complete turn of DNA helix means 0.3 nm, 2 nm, 3.4 nm, 20 nm. The answer is C, that is 3.4 nm. Okay. Now next question, that is question number 27. Diameter of DNA helix is 0.3 nm, 2 nm, 3.4 nm, 20 nm. The answer is B, that is 2 nm. So hydrogen bonds between A and T are 1 ne, 2 ne, 3 ne, 4. কি হ'ব? A2 ne, A2 ne, A2 ne, A2. কি হ'ব? The answer is B, that is A2. Hydrogen bonds between G and C are কি হ'ব? 1 ne, 2 ne, 3 ne, 4. The answer is C, that is 3. Okay, মানে এইটো কেনেকা থাকিব? Equal bond C এনেকা থাকিব। Next, DNA strands are held together mainly by ionic bond, hydrogen bond, peptide bond, ne glycosidic bond. The answer is B, that is hydrogen bonds. Okay, hydrogen bond stabilize double stranded DNA. So here DNA strands are held together mainly by hydrogen bonds. Now next topic is packaging of DNA. Positively charged protein associated with DNA are enzymes, histones, lipids, ribosomes. The answer is histones. Okay, histones are rich in acidic amino acid, basic amino acid, neutral amino acid, aromatic amino acid. The answer is B, that is basic amino acid. Okay, that was a nucleosome consists of DNA only, histone octamer with DNA, RNA and protein, lipid and histone octamer with DNA. Okay. Next question. Histone octamer contains 4 histones, 6 histones, 8 histones, and 10 histones. The answer is 8 histones. Okay. Bead zone string structure represents ribosome, nucleosome, chromatids, central. The answer is B, that is nucleosomes. Okay. Next question. Euchromatin is inactive chromatin, condensed chromatin and transcriptionally active chromatin and non-functional chromatin. The answer is C, that is transcriptionally active chromatin. Heterochromatin is generally active in transcription, loosely packed, condensed, and inactive RNA. It is the answer is C, that is condensed and inactive. Packaging of DNA in virus is histone dependent only, simpler than eukaryotes, absent, similar to nucleosomes. The answer is B, that is simpler than eukaryotes. Human diploid cell contains approximately 2-meter DNA, 20-meter DNA, 200-meter DNA, and 0.2-meter DNA. The answer is that it is 2-meter DNA. So histone proteins help in translation, DNA packaging, mutation, replication only. The answer is B, that is DNA packaging. Okay, now DNA replication. DNA replication is conservative, semi-conservative, dispersive, random. The answer is semi-conservative. Semi-conservative replication was proved by Griffith, Watson, Messelson, Stehi, Morgan. The answer is Messelson and Stehi. Okay. Messelson and Stehi used কি কৰিছিলে ৰেডিঅ'এক্টিভ ফছফৰাছ ইউজ কৰিছিলে নে হেভি নাইট্ৰজেন আইচোটোপ ইউজ কৰিছিলে নে ৰেডিঅ'এক্টিভ সালফাৰ নে কাৰ্বন আইচোটোপ. The answer is heavy nitrogen isotope. DNA replication occurs during এইটো তোমাৰ cell cycle and division question. DNA replication কোনটো ফেজত হয়, কোনটো ফেজত, G1 S phase G2 phase M phase. The answer is S phase. That is answer is B. Okay. Next question is enzyme responsible for DNA unwinding is ligase, helicase, polymerase, primase. The answer is B. That is helicase. Okay. Next now, DNA polymerase synthesize DNA in 3 to 5 condition, 5 to 3 condition, both direction, random direction. Random direction answer. No, answer is 5 to 3 direction. So short DNA fragments formed on lagging strands are replicons, Okazaki fragments, operons, exons. The answer is Okazaki fragments. Enzyme joining Okazaki fragments is ligase, helicase, primase, topoisomerase. The answer is A, that is ligase. Okay. Next now, replication fork is formed due to DNA coiling, DNA unwinding, mutation, translation. The answer is B, that is DNA unwinding. Primer in DNA replication is made of DNA, RNA, protein, lipid. The answer is B, that is RNA. Okay. Next now, next question, transcription. Now, next topic is transcription, and the next question is formation of RNA from DNA template is translation, replication, transcription, transformation. The answer is C, that is transcription. The enzyme involved in transcription is DNA polymerase, RNA polymerase, ligase, helicase. The answer is B, that is RNA polymerase. Then the coding strand has sequence similar to tRNA, mRNA, rRNA, protein. The answer is B, that is mRNA. Template strand is read in direction 5 to 3 days, 3 to 5 days, both direction, randomly. The answer is B, that is 3 to 5 days. Okay. So, template strand is read to 3 days to 5 days direction. So RNA can be synthesized in 5 days to 3 days. Okay. Template strand to each direction hole to RNA to 5 days to 3 days strand form hobo pare. Okay. Synthesis aru form asile. Bujicha. Tapa next question ase tumalokor question number 55. Transcription unit includes promoter, structure, gene, terminator, operator only, replicon only, histone only. The answer is A, that is here. That is promoter, structural gene, and terminator. Okay. Next one, promoter is that side where translation start, RNA polymerase binds, DNA replication ends, ribose binds. The answer is RNA polymerase binds. In eukaryotes, H and RNA undergoes mutation processing. This is translation directly in a replication. The answer is B, that is processing. Next question, 58. Removal of introns from H and RNA is capping, tailing, splicing, translation. The answer is splicing. Addition of methyl guanosine cap occurs at 3 days end, 5 days end, middle region, introns. Answer to at 5 days
N. তাৰপৰা last question তোমাৰ 60 যোনটো সেইটো টপিকৰ poly A tail is added at 5 dash N, 3 dash N, promoter নে operator. The answer is B, that is at 3N. Okay, 5 dash N dot তোমাৰ কি হয় মিথাইল guanosine আৰু তোমাৰ 3 dash N dot poly A. Okay, next topic is genetic code. বহুত সৰু সৰু question এইবোৰ ইমান দীঘল দীঘল নহয়, ডাইৰেক্ট যিটো তোমালোকৰ মনত থাকিব লাগে এইবোৰ। Okay, so genetic code is overlapping only, ne degenerate, ne ambiguous, ne random. The answer is degenerate. A codon consists of 1 nucleotide, 2 nucleotide, 3 nucleotide, ne 4 nucleotide. The answer is 3 nucleotides. তাৰপিছত total number of codons is 20 ne 61 ne 64 ne 66. The answer is 64. Okay, next now AUG code stop codon হলে নে initiator codon নে terminator codon নে separation codon. AUG কি বুলি কোৱা আছে এইটো আমি কি কয় তোমাৰ হাই সেকেন্ডাৰী ফাইনেল আসাম বোৰ্ডতো আহিছিলে এইবছৰ নহলেও কিন্তু প্ৰিভিয়াছ ইয়াৰ কোৱেশ্চন আছে the answer is initiator ion. Okay, so UAA UAG and UGA are initiator codon ne stop codons ne sense codons ne mutant codons. The answer is stop codons. Degeneracy of genetic code means one codon codes many amino acid ne তোমার many codons code same amino acid ne codons overlap ne code changes frequently. The answer is B, that is many codons code same amino acid. Next topic but next question, genetic code is nearly universal, species specific ne ambiguous ne random. The answer is A, that is universal. Okay, so codon is present in DNA ne mRNA ne tRNA rRNA. The answer is B, that is mRNA. Tapa anticodon is present on DNA, mRNA, tRNA, histone. The answer is tRNA. And UUU codon codes for methionine ne phenylalanine ne glycine ne valine. The answer is B, that is methylalanine. The next topic is now translation. Okay, now translation occurs in nucleus ne ribosome ne Golgi bodies ne lysosome. The answer is B, that is ribosome. Amino acids are activated by DNA polymerase, amino acid tRNA synthesis ne helicase ne ligase. The answer is B, that is amino acid tRNA synthesis. Okay, ribosome has 1 subunit, 2 subunit, 3 subunit, 4 subunit. The answer is B, that is 2 subunit. Okay, so site of peptide bond formation in ribosome is small subunit, large subunit, nucleus ne Golgi bodies. The answer is B, that is large subunit. Translation begins with codon UAA, UGA, AUG and UAG. The answer is C, that is AUG. Starting codon হয় ন, translation begins with কৈছে তো AUG আমি অলপ আগত কৰি আহিছিলো যেটো initiation codon কয় বা starting codon কোৱা হয়। Okay, so আমি next question যাম, stop codon causes কি হ'ব initiation, elongation, termination নে mutation. যদি stop codon হয় তেনে termination cause কৰিব, নামতে stop আছে হয় নাই। So peptide bond formation is catalyzed by কি হ'ব DNA polymerase ne peptidyl transferase ne ligase ne helicase. The answer is peptidyl transferase. Okay, next now tRNA carrying growing peptide chain occupies A site, P site, E site, operator site. The answer is B, that is P site. Okay, next question now. Ribosome moves along mRNA in 3' to 5' 5' to 3'. এইটো অলপ দেৰি ক'লোৱে যে 5' to 3' direction দেখাইছিলো। So polysome means many DNAs ne many ribosomes attached to one mRNA ne many proteins ne many codons. The answer is B, that is many ribosomes attached to one mRNA. Okay, next on regulation of gene expression. আৰু বেছি আৰু 20 question আছে এইটো চেপ্টাৰ, কাৰণ পুৰা মই 100 question লৈছো মলিকুলাৰ বেছ অফ ইনহেৰিটেন্স, যিটো চেপ্টাৰো ডাঙৰ সেইকাৰণে ইয়াৰ কোৱেশ্চনটো বহুত লৈছো। ওকে, জেকব এণ্ড মনত প্ৰপ'জ লেক অপাৰেণ্ট মডেল নে তোমাৰ DNA মডেল নে মিউটেশন থিওৰি নে লেপ্লিকেশন মডেল। দ্য আনসাৰ ইজ লেক অপাৰেণ্ট মডেল। লেক্টোজ XS ও কো ৰিপ্ৰেছৰ নে ইনডিউচাৰ নে এনজাইম নে ৰিপ্ৰেছৰ। দ্য আনসাৰ ইজ বি, দ্যাট ইজ ইনডিউচাৰ। ওকে, নেক্সট নাও structural genes in leg operand are LPC, ZYA, PZY ne IOA. But the answer is B, that is ZYNA. Tapa beta galactoside is coded by beta galactoside kune code kore hole kune code kore Y gene ne tomar Z gene ne A gene ne I gene. The answer is Z. Okay, Z. So permease enzyme is produced by Z gene, Y gene, A gene, ne I gene. The answer is Y gene. Okay, that is the answer is B. The operator site is binding site for ribosome, ne binding site for repressor, ne DNA replication of origin, ne site of translation. The answer is B. That is binding site for repressor. Okay, in absence of lactose, leg operand is activeness, switched on, repressed, mutated. What do you think? The answer is C, that is repressed. Repressor protein is coded by structural gene, regulator gene, operator gene, promoter gene. The answer is B, that is regulator gene. Okay, leg operation is involved in metabolism of glucose, lactose, maltose, sucrose. The answer is B, that is lactose. Okay, next second. To question number 88. Repressor protein is coded by regulator gene. No, ঠিক আছে। তাপা আমি চাওঁ gene regulation helps cells in conserving energy, destroying DNA, mutation only, translational only. The answer is A, that is conserving energy. Human genome project and DNA fingerprinting project নহয়. Human Genome Project was aimed at cloning humans, sequencing human genome, producing vaccines, gene mutation. The answer is sequencing human genome. Okay. Next one, total number of human chromosome is এইখন আৰু human chromosome কৈছে পেয়াৰ কোৱা নাই যদি পেয়াৰ বুলি কোৱা হয় তোমাৰ 46 human chromosome যদি পেয়াৰ বুলি কয় 23 পেয়াৰ ओके ये तो समझते ही होगे नहीं हाँ समझोगे ह्यूमन जीनोम contains approximate 3 into 10 to the power 9 base pair, 3 into 10 to the power 6, 3 into 10 to the power 12, 3 into 10 to the power 13. Here was the answer 3 into 10 to the power 9 base pair. DNA fingerprinting was developed by Watson, Alex Jeffries, Morgan, Griffith. Griffith নহয় পঢ়ি আহিলো Watson হেনৰি Watson Crick model পঢ়ি আহিলো তাৰপিছত তোমাৰ মৰ্গেনো পঢ়ি আহিলো নহয় জানো ড্ৰসোফিলা তো এটা বাছিলে কি that is B তো answer তোমাৰ B হ'ব নে হ'ব ঠিক আছে তো এনেকৈ তুমি এলিমিনেশ্যন ইউজ কৰিব পাৰিবা ওকে So 95 DNA fingerprinting is based on DNA fingerprinting তোমাৰ কিহৰ ওপৰত বেছ কৰিব protein variation নে satellite DNA polymorphism নে lipid variation নে histone the answer is B that is satellite DNA polymorphism so VNTR stands for variable number tandem repeats ne viral nucleotide tandem repeats ne variable nitrogen tandem regions ne viral number tandem regions so the answer is a variable number tandem repeats VNTR stands for okay Next question, DNA fingerprinting useful in paternity dispute, criminal identification, forensic science, all of this. DNA fingerprint তোমাৰ এই গোটেইকেইটাত useful হয়. Okay? So yes, satellite DNA is protein coding DNA, ne highly repetitive DNA, ne histone protein, ne ribosomal RNA. What do you think? The answer is highly repetitive DNA. Human Genome Project revealed that humans share approximately 50% DNA, 75% and 99.9% DNA similarity, 10% DNA similarity. The answer is 99.9% DNA similarity. So bioinformatics is important in Human Genome Project for DNA packaging, তোমার data storage and analysis, তোমার translational only, mutation only. The answer is B, that is data storage and analysis. And yes, here our molecular basis of inheritance question practice শেষ হ'ল উফ 100টা questions কৰিলো বহুত মুখো ভাগৰি ময়ো কি কয় তোমালোকৰ ৰেকৰ্ড কৰি কৰি ভাগৰি গৈছো প্ৰথম 80 questions তাৰপিছত 180 questions এতিয়ালৈকে মই ৰেকৰ্ড কৰিলো ন সো মোক নেক্সট চেপ্টাৰ এতিয়া আমি কি কৰিম ইভলিউশ্যন এতিয়া কৰো জানো বলা এতিয়াই শেষ কৰি পেলাম আৰু ন next chapter is evolution and now the topic is origin of life. The theory of chemical evolution was proposed by Darwin and Wallace, Oparin and Haldane, and Lamarck and Darwin, Mendel and Morgan. The answer is Oparin and Haldane. Okay. Next question. According to Oparin, primitive atmosphere was oxidizing, reducing, neutral, oxygen. The answer is B, that is reducing. Okay. Next now. Early atmosphere of Earth mainly contained oxygen and ozone, methane, ammonia and hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen, carbon monoxide. The answer is methane, ammonia, and hydrogen. Miller's experiment demonstrates synthesis of proteins directly amino acids under primitive condition. DNA molecules molecular living cell amino acids under primitive condition. Okay. Next one, Miller used electric discharge in his experiment to mimic UV radiation ne, volcanic eruption ne, lightning ne, tomar earthquake. The answer is C, that is lightning. Okay. According to chemical evolution, first form biomolecules were proteins ne, amino acids ne, DNA ne, lipids. The answer is B, that is amino acid. Evidences for evolution. Structures with same basic plan but different functions are analogous organs ne, vestigial organs ne, homologous organs ne, mutated organs. কি ভাবা? The answer is the homologous. Structures same basic plan but different function তাক homologous organs বুলি কোৱা হয়। Okay? The wings of bat and forelimbs of horse are কি হ'ব? Analogous organs হ'ব নে? Homologous organs হ'ব নে? Vestigial organs হ'ব নে? Non-functional organs. The answer is B, that is homologous organ. তাৰপৰা তোমালোকৰ structures performing similar function. এবাৰ similar function and different origin. এতিয়াটো homologous হ'ব নে? Analogous হ'ব নে? Vestigial হ'ব নে? Connecting links হ'ব. The answer is B, that is analogous. Okay, wings of butterfly and bird are homologous ne, vestigial ne, analogous ne, embryological. The answer is C, that is analogous. Okay, now the presence of homologous organs indicates convergent evolution and divergent evolution and mutation only ne artificial selection. The answer is B, that is divergent. So তোমালোকে এটা ইয়াৰ পৰা কথা গম পাব পাৰা যে homologous মানে তোমাৰ divergent লগত লিংক থাকিব আৰু convergent to analogous লগত analogous লগত ওকে মানে তুমি এনেকা মনত থবা HDCA নহলে এনেকা এনেকা মনত থবাচোন HDAC মনত থবা HDAC homologous divergent analogous convergent কেনেকা মনত থাকিব জানা নাই HDFC টো জানাই তো F ৰ জাগাত এনেকা আৰু এটা টান দিবা ন এইটো F নহয় জানো তো এনেকা A হৈ নাযাব জানো তো HDAC এনেকা মনত থব পাৰা ঠিক আছে analogous organs arise due to এটা কলো HDAC মানে analogous টো মানে তোমাৰ convergent হ'ব okay Human vermiform appendix is an example of homologous organ, analogous organ, vestigial organ, adaptive organ. The answer is C, this is vestigial organ. Okay. Fossils provide evidence for artificial selection only, organic evolution, mutation only, hybridization. The answer is B, that is organic evolution. Study of fossils is known as embryology, technology, placentology, cytology. The answer is C, paleontology. Placentology no, paleontology. Okay, Archaeopteryx is considered missing link between reptiles and birds. এইটো favorite question তোমালোকে evolution chapter যেতিয়া PYQ কৰিছে থাকে Assam board তেনে হেতু পাইছা থাকে নহয় জানো the answer is A, that is missing link between reptiles and birds আৰু এটা animate নে কিহত আছে বোলে Archaeopteryx বোলে নে anime নহয় চাই maybe কিবা series আছে okay so evolutionary history of horse is an example of mutation only, fossil evidence নে molecular evidence নে embryological evidence. The answer is B, that is fossil evidence. Okay, embryological similarities among vertebrates suggest independent origin, common ancestry, mutation only, artificial evolution. The answer is B, that is common ancestry. Now, Darwinism. Darwin proposed theory of mutation and nature selection, germplasm, inheritance, acquired trait. What do you think? The answer is B, that is natural selection. Darwin published Origin of Species in 1959, 1900, 1865, 1953. But the answer is A, that is 1953. Natural selection favors weak organisms, better adapted organisms, large organisms only, random organisms only. Yeah. The answer is B, that is better adapted organism. Natural selection favors better adapted organism. A second, let me think. Okay, yes. Now, according to Darwin, struggle for existence occurs due to unlimited resources, overproduction, hybridization, artificial selection. The answer is B, that is overpopulation. Variations useful for survival are eliminated, selected naturally, always recessive, harmful. The answer is B, that is selected naturally. Okay. Then industrial melanism is prepared moth is evidence for mutation or natural selection, genetic drift isolation. The answer is natural selection. Dark color moths survive in industrial areas because they reproduce faster, they were less visible to predators, they were poisonous, they migrated rapidly. The answer is they were less visible to predators. Resistance of bacteria to antibiotic support is Lamarckism, natural selection, embryology, artificial selection. The answer is natural selection. Now, Lamarckism and modern theory. Lamarck proposed কি propose কৰিছিলে natural selection নে mutation theory নে inheritance of acquired characters ne germplasm theory. The answer is mutation theory. So Lamarck explained long neck of giraffe due to mutation ne use and disuse of organ ne genetic drift ne isolation. Lamarck কি কৈছিলে use and disuse of organs কাৰণে জিৰাফৰ কি কয় ডিঙিডাল দীঘল যিটো শুনিবলৈ একদম বকৱাচ আছিলে বাৰু অকে তাৰপা Wiseman disproved Lamarckism experiments on rabbits ne Drosophila ne mice ne bacteria কি হ'ব the answer is C, that is mice. Hugo de Vries propose কি আছে Hugo de Vries এইটো তোমালোকৰ PYQ ত এছে কাণ্ডাৰত বহুতবাৰ কুৱেশ্যন দীঘল টাইপৰ কুৱেশ্যন বা 1 মাৰ্কৰ কুৱেশ্যনটো আহিছে তুমি চাবাচোন Hugo de Vries proposed nature selection and mutation theory ne Lamarckism ne germplasm. The answer is mutation theory. Okay, mutations are direct changes ne sudden heritable changes ne temporary changes ne environmental changes only. The answer is sudden heritable changes. Next topic is Hardy-Weinberg principle. Hardy-Weinberg principle applies to your evolving population, non-evolving population, and mutated population only in a small population. That is non-evolving population. Next. Allele frequencies remain constant in evolution, ne, genetic equilibrium, ne, mutation, ne, migration. The answer is B, that is genetic equilibrium. Hardy-Weinberg equation. এটি ইকুৱেশ্যন আৰু কোনোবা নাজানে নে হাই ছেকেণ্ডাৰী পঢ়া ষ্টুডেণ্টছে হোমৱৰ্ক দিওঁ জানো না নিদিওঁ তোমালোকে হোমৱৰ্ক নকৰে আই এম ফেড আপ বহুত কম ষ্টুডেণ্টছে দি আছে বাৰু এতিয়া অলপ ইনক্ৰিজিং হৈছে দেই এতিয়া হোমৱৰ্ক কিছুমানে দিয়ে এণ্ড আই এম এপ্ৰিচিয়েটিং দেট ষ্টুডেণ্টছ যোনে হোমৱৰ্কবোৰ দিয়ে ঠিক আছে ত' ফ্ৰিকুৱেঞ্চি অফ হেটাৰজাইগাছ ইণ্ডিভিজুৱেলছ ইজ ৰিপ্ৰেজেণ্টেড বাই পি স্কুৱেৰ নে কিউ স্কুৱেৰ নে 2pq নে pq স্কুৱেৰ আনচাৰ ইজ চি দেট ইজ 2pq. This is represented frequency of heterozygous individuals. Okay. Next now, gene migration changes mutation rate only, allele frequency, fossils, ne homologous organs. Okay, the answer is B, that is allele frequency. Next question. Random change in allele frequency is mutation ne natural selection ne genetic drift ne isolation. The answer is C, that is genetic drift. Founder effect is associated with mutation ne genetic drift ne embryology ne artificial selection. The answer is B, that is genetic drift. Gene flow between populations occur through migration ne mutation ne isolation ne fossilization. The answer is A, that is migration. Reproductive isolation ultimately leads to hybridization ne speciation ne mutation only ne extinction. The answer is B, that is speciation. Last topic is human evolution. Evolution of modern human beings in Europe ne Asia ne Africa ne Australia. This is a common sense Africa. Earliest ancestor of human beings were mammals ne primates ne reptiles ne bird. The answer is B, that is primates. So Diopithecus was more man-like, ape-like, ne bird-like, ne reptile-like. Diopithecus keneka dekhe hole? That is ape-like. Okay. So now Ramapithecus were more man-like, ne fish-like, ne amphibian-like, ne reptile-like. The answer is A, that is more man-like. Okay. Now next, that is Australopithecus probably used fire, ne walked upright, ne flew, ne lived in water. The answer is walked upright. Homo habilis is associated with tool making, ne agriculture, ne fire discovery, ne metallurgy. The answer is A, that is tool making. Okay. Next now. Neanderthal men had smaller brain than modern humans, large brain capacity, ne no social life, ne no tools. The answer is large brain capacity. Cro-Magnon men belong to Homo erectus, Homo habilis, ne modern Homo sapiens, ne Australopithecus. The answer is C, that is modern Homo sapiens. Okay, Cro-Magnon men. Okay, so now modern humans are scientifically called Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Homo sapiens, sapiens, ne Australopithecus africanus. No doubt it will answer sobe jane Homo sapiens sapiens. Okay. Now evolution mainly results from sudden creation, changes in gene frequencies over generation, fossil formation. Only in embryological similarity only. Maybe your answer sobe jana, that is the answer B, changes in gene frequencies over generation. Generation upor generation lahe lahe evolution hoy, hothatke nohoy. So yate ami evolution hack korilu, and here ami class 12 for complete biology units hack korilu. Class 12 for ami আজি জেনেটিক্স ইউনিট শেষ কৰিলো, তাৰপিছত ৰিপ্ৰডাকশ্যন ৱেলফেয়াৰ বায়'টেকনলজি ইকোলজি অলৰেডি আগতে প্লেলিষ্টত দি থোৱা আছে, তোমালোকে গৈ চাব পাৰা। এণ্ড এতিয়া আমাৰ মাত্ৰ বাকী আছে হিউমেন ফিজিঅ' আৰু ডাইভাৰ্চিটি, দুটা ইউনিট বাকী আছে, যোনটো লাহে লাহে কৰোৱা হ'ব। এণ্ড য়েছ, ইমানে কমি সামৰিছো। থেংক ইউ, নমস্কাৰ। হোমৱৰ্কো কমেণ্ট দি দিবা, কাৰণ মই হোমৱৰ্ক দিয়াই নাই, সেইকাৰণে তোমালোকে কমেণ্ট নকৰাই চাগে। ঠিক আছে।